call. This is your last one and a courtesy call.
Hey guys, welcome back. Aurabomb here, bringing you another episode of our PTCGO live content. Now today I am taking a suggestion from the last video. You guys know that we uploaded that Raichu Electrode deck recently. And I told you guys to suggest decks. And I've been telling you guys to suggest decks for a while, but like very few people do. But today I took a cool suggestion. He's from a viewer, which I will try to pull up your name while I am showing off the deck list, because I am a horrible YouTuber and don't know how to do these things ahead of time. But today we are playing with Umbreon and Hoopa, because that was a suggestion for the day. So it's going to be my updated Umbreon deck list. People really like Umbreon. I don't blame them. Umbreon's a really cool Pokemon. So we are playing our Umbreon GX with the new Hoopa. Now, if you guys don't know, what the new Hoopa is, it has the Safeguard ability, more or less. It is called, give me 1 second. And how do I look at comments again? Oh yeah, activity, that's right. Nope. YouTube, don't do the YouTube thing where you do the YouTube thing. Oh yeah, Elias Fernandez. Actually, it's really close to my brother's name. What's up, Elias? Shout out to Elias for commenting this. He wanted me to be able to use Umbreon to strafe into Hoopa, and I was like, why not just take it a little bit step further? Just like kind of have like a miniature spread damage, kind of, because Shadow Bullet, but like not really focus on it. But we'll play the one of Espeon just in case. Well, Hoopa is really cool. Prevent all effects of attacks, including damage done to this Pokemon by your opponent's Pokemon GX or Pokemon EX. So it's a nice safeguard Pokemon that can attack in this deck, because we are playing Dark Energies and DCEs. So it's a cool little Pokemon. Being able to use this one Pokemon to just block so many decks is really powerful. So we're going to be abusing this Pokemon, strafing into it using our Umbreon, which if you guys don't know, we have Eevee over here with Energy Evolution. When you attach basic energy from this card, you can evolve into the type that the basic energy was. That evolves from Eevee. So in this case, we attach Dark Energy, we evolve into Umbreon straight away, turn 1. We have the attack Strafe, which switches this Pokemon with one of our bench Pokemon. So the idea is that we switch into a Hoopa. Hopefully we can have a Dark Energy that we can attach to the Hoopa, because we do have Altar of the Moon that gives all Pokemon that have any Dark or Psychic type Pokemon, Psychic type energies attached to them, 2 less retreat, which is really nice for us. It means we don't have to run Float Stones, which is super nice. And we also have Rush in Zoroark over here as well, or Stand in Zoroark, that can, as long as this one has a Dark Energy attached to it, can stand in retreat. So we have options to get that active so we can keep strafing or whatever. And then, so the idea is a strafe if you're playing against a GX-EX deck into Hoopa, and hopefully they don't have Guzmas or any ways to turn off abilities or anything like that. We also have Shadow Bullet here, which does 30 damage to one of your opponent's bench Pokemon. So 90 damage plus 30 is a nice way to put some chip damage on the bench. Against Gardevoir, for instance, we can put 60 damage on our Ralts before they evolve it, or 60 damage then devolve it using our Espeon EX as an option. We also have the GX attack Dark Call, which is going to be super duper nice against decks like Gardevoir 2. Discard 2 energy from your opponent's Pokemon. So any of your opponent's Pokemon we can discard, including DCs like a Drampa variant decks against a Drampa matchup, stuff like that. It could be very useful. So we are playing a 3-3 split of Eevee, Umbreon, because that's all I could fit, to be honest. And I was thinking about cutting down the Umbreon. I know I only wanted to play 3 Umbreons, so I was trying to play 4 Eevees so I can lead with it more often, but I decided to go more along the lines of the Zoroark approach. We are playing 4 Zora. This time we're playing the Moonlight's Madness one. The Moonlight's Madness is just good because you play the Dark Energy, so being able to confuse is like the best option. The other one lets you discard a card from your opponent's hand. I'm not super keen on that one, so I'm not going to bother. We're playing 2 Zoroarks over here, stand-in Zoroarks. They're kind of our big hitter against some matchups / like stand-in Pokemon. So I'm only playing 2 so we don't prize one. The idea is to not have 2, just 1 on the bench. But in case we prize one, I am playing 2. But we are playing 3 Zoroark GX because trade is just so good. In a deck where we're going to need a little bit of consistency, I'm opting to play 3 of these for trade. Also, we have Riotous Beating. Said it right this time. Riotous Beating, which does 20 damage for each of my Pokemon in play. So I can do 120 with Riotous Beating. We also have option for Trickster GX. We can choose one of your opponent's Pokemon attack and I can choose one of my opponent's attacks and use it as this attack as my GX attack, which is super duper dope because it means your opponent has to think about what cards they put down. Because if they just willy-nilly put down a card, I could attach 2 Dark Energies because I am playing Darks. and to the Zoroark GX over here, and then use Trickster GX and use their attack. Like if they play down Necrozma, I can use it and put all that spread damage on their side of the board. Things like that. You know, options are there. It's really, really nice. I like Zoroark GX. And we're playing a 1 of Zoroark break just because I might as well. We're playing the Zoroark over here. Foul play is really strong, and we are playing a 1 of Espeon EX just for Miraculous Shine, because Miraculous Shine is broken. We have a lot of ways to just chip your opponent down, which reminds me, I do want to play a 4 of Count of Guzma in this deck. I do. I really, really do. I don't know what I would drop though. I think I'm gonna drop 1 Sycamore. It's gonna be crazy. I know what you guys are thinking. I'll explain it in 1 second, guys, why I'm playing a low count of Sycamore. If you guys have watched Dennis's recent video, which I would highly recommend, his Noivern video. If you guys want to do that, go to Yellow Swell. He's a really big TCG tuber, one of the best out there. If you guys go there, just type in Aura Army or something like that in the comments. He gives a really good example of a deck that can work without Sycamores just because of how powerful Trade is. But I'll go into that in a second. We're also playing 2 layers for the supporters, all the good jazz. We are playing 2 Field Blowers and 1 Rescue Stretcher. I like the 1 of Rescue Stretcher here. I just do. I was thinking about playing a Super Rod as well, but the 1 of Rescue Stretcher is just good to get our Pokemon back. We do play heavy counts of Pokemon, which is why I'm not playing 2. And some of my decks I do play 2, but I'm just choosing to play 1 just because we are playing heavy counts of a lot of Mons here. 2 Field Blowers is just there to deal with Gardevoir. Our Gardevoir matchup isn't awful, so I am playing a 2 of Field Blower just to help with that matchup a little bit more. 1 special charge, put our DCs back because most of our Pokemon can attack with DCs attached, so I am going to try to keep those DCs live. 4 Ultra Balls, you know, Ultra Balls are good. And then 4 Ultra the Moon, just so that all of our Pokemon that have any Dark or Psychic Energy attached to them have 2 less retreat. It could help our opponent, but it's really nice to have that Russian option, Dark Energy on this Russian, and then we can even use the Foul Play here if we need to. Since we're going to have the Dark Energies anyways. I'm playing 2 Acerolas because our Pokemon have a lot of HP. This one has 200 HP, and this one has 210 HP. So if I can get the energy back, get whatever's attached to them back, and just deny prizes, it's going to be really, really powerful. So I'm going to try out 2 Acerola, 1 Bridget, because we have a lot of Pokemon we want to put down early game, 4 Guzmas, because like I was saying earlier, we want to put that spread damage on the board. We want to take pretty much a bunch of prizes at once using Espeon. So we 90 here, 90 here, 30 here, 30 here, damage, 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 damage. Put everything in range of Riotous Beating, or put them in range of Devolving with Miraculous Shine is the goal here. We do want to take advantage of our giant HP of 200 for stage 1, and just kind of chip the board until we can take big knockouts later in the game. We are playing 2 Mallow because Zoroark is broken with trade, discard 1 card and draw 2. So we can essentially use our Mallows to get whatever 2 cards we want in the deck. Because this deck doesn't have too many puzzle pieces, I'm only playing it 2 of because it helps getting our DCEs. But if you'd like the Mallows, you could honestly drop Sycamores altogether and play 4 Mallows. I don't see anything wrong with that. As long as you can continuously get out your Riotous Beating, it's pretty strong. I am playing 3 Ends though, just to shuffle draw. I don't want my opponent to have too many cards. I might want to shuffle draw back into my deck. And I'm playing 2 Sycamores because Sycamore is still a broken card, being able to discard your hand and draw 2. But because Riotous Beating, like you guys gotta understand that we're gonna have plenty of bench space in this deck. There's not too many Pokemon we need to put down. 1 Umbreon, Hoopa, potentially a Lele, because we're probably going to want to have that Lele down. That leaves 3 bench spaces open. So we could have all 3 Zoroark GXs out and trade and draw 6 every turn. So Zoroark GX is a super powerful card. I am going to try to play 3 of them. Ideally, I have 2 down each game. Ideally, we will see how that works. I am playing 3 Choice Bands because Choice Bands are good. Just it's really there for Guardy because I want to be able to hit them for at least 110, right? Shadow Bullet, like they can knock me out in return, which is fine, but I want to put them in range of being devolved from a Curlia. Strafing, I can just chip down other things on the bench. I really want to be able to hit them for the right damage. There's a lot of other decks that having that extra damage could help for a lot as well. We are playing 4 DCEs and 7 Dark Energies. That's going to be the deck, guys. We'll be back with a couple of games. I need to save this. So this is going to be my first time playing this deck, if I'm going to be completely honest, but like it's Umbreon. I'm pretty used to playing Umbreon. I've played variants of this deck multiple times. Zoroark is a really good card. So hopefully just having all of those aspects together into one makes this video, you know, not too complicated for me because I'm pretty tired. I just got back from class. I'm about to do this video, and then I'm about to go work on a lab for a couple hours, and then I have to go take my siblings test driving, and then I have to come back and work on some homework and stream tonight. So it's gonna be a busy day. But it looks like we're playing against Metagross. Or they're playing, oh yeah, Metagross, because they play Vulpix. So we're playing against Metagross deck, which means our de-evolution tactic is going to be really, really nice here. And Metagross has a really hard time knocking us out from full. Their way to do it is for Necrozma, but because we're a Dark type, we actually resist Psychic, so it's going to be really difficult for them to do much of anything. And Hoopa lead is super nice here, because we actually have Zoroark, we have Umbreon, we have Ultra Balls to get Lele's. We actually have a really, really nice opening hand. Also, hope you guys like the music. I'm going to switch music around randomly because I know that I read your comments, guys. Don't think I don't read your comments. There's a lot of people that are saying, like, can we switch up music here and there? And I do agree. It's just that I don't think about it because I get really into the game. But we're going to switch up the song to the Almighty Red. This is all by Matt Houston. Shout outs to Matt Houston. Who do I drop here? I kind of want to keep the choice bands. They're not the most important. So I will drop one. I could also drop an Umbreon. There's a couple options we have here. I'm going to drop the choice band, though, because I do want to keep the Ultra Ball around. I want to keep all the Ultra Balls around. Because, like, losing so many Ultra Balls early game sucks because you have a lot of Pokemon you're trying to get. So as long as Bridget isn't prized, we are in a really good position. And it's not dope. I always feel like I'm jinxing myself when I say as long as Bridget isn't prized. But Metagross can't hit this. And then all of our Pokemon on our bench will have a lot of HP. We have a Zoroark here, we have an Umbreon here, so we can get 2 Zoroas and an Eevee. And be in a very nice position. We have our Zoroark break prized, which is fine. We don't really need to tap it that much this matchup. Although it is going to be nice that you use like Algorithm or something. We have all of our energies. We have 1 choice band prized. We have a Guzma prized. Ace Roll is going to come super clutch this matchup as well. And hopefully my opponent ends me. That's the dream. So let's see what we can do here. It's really cool because like it's almost like a dark box because not because you have like a lot of different dark type Pokemon. It's because you have a lot of different attack options. He's going for Magearna. He already, okay, good. We have to count his max potions because the second he loses them all is the second he loses this game. This is going to be a problem though. Mimikyu is always an issue. I don't know why people are playing Mimikyu nowadays, but like it's becoming super popular and it's scaring me because there's a lot of games where I don't even think about Mimikyu and I'm just like, oh look, I am Bone now. But you did just bridge that or do whatever it's called that turn. We have a Sycamore top deck, which is super nice. Do I want to abuse it? I think I do. I think I will drop these 2 to get a Zoroark GX. Because I can use my ability to get another Umbreon. We'll see how many Umbreons are in the deck, but I do want Zoroark GXs more than anything. Yeah, we still have 2 more Umbreons, so I'm not too worried about it. So we have a lot of options here. I could have played N to put his cards back into his deck, but I honestly don't care what he puts down right now. Just because my board setup is already super duper nice. We can attack right now and get a knockout. If he were to attack us with his Mimikyu, he would knock us out in return. So I think I'm going to knock out with this Zoroark instead. The thing is, I don't have a way to retreat fairly easily. So what I could do is just attach here to become an Umbreon. Make it super simple. Yeah. So we'll just become an Umbreon here. Unfortunately, I cannot retreat this turn. That's the only thing about this deck that's the only thing about like decks like this is that it becomes a little bit harder to retreat because you don't play float stones. And since you can only attach once per turn and you whiff your first turn attachment, you're like you're in a little bit of an awkward position. But what we can do is, what does Stretcher do for me? It doesn't do anything for me that I care about. I could trade. I would think I will trade. I'll trade away one of these Zoroarks. We need to get our Zoroark break from discard pile, which would be really nice if we can pull that off. We have a Guzma here, Rescue Stretcher. I could rush in, there's no point though. I'm just going to pass for now. The Mimikyu's annoying. I'm probably going to Guzma out the Mimikyu and get a knockout on that thing because that thing is really, really irritating. We'll see what my opponent can do next turn. I don't have an N, so I'm not going to be able to get I could get an N, but I don't think it's really worth it. Guzma is going to be doing big damage, and this thing is a threat to me because he can knock me out. He can knock out my Zoroark. I don't want him to knock out my Zoroark is what I'm trying to say. I want to keep this thing alive. So I am probably going to Guzma. He plays Sophocles. That's so interesting. I guess this is another way to put energies in the discard pile, but like you could just, you know, Ultra Ball Sycamore. Shout outs to trade. He's gonna Vulpix again, which is fine. He can get his Metagrosses. I don't necessarily care too much. As long as this thing is gone. And he doesn't have any Metagrosses for next turn from the looks of it. So it looks pretty good to us. Here's our Alter. I'm just gonna Guzma though. Get this thing out of here. Attach my... I could attach here. Oh, I'm gonna start doing Shadow Bullet. I'm just gonna start using Shadow Bullet, to be honest. We can just start doing this. I could play this down, but that gives him some retreat options I don't want to give him right now. There's nothing else I necessarily want to do here. I don't have a reason to trade. We actually have a really good hand for next turn. So I'm just going to Shadow Bullet and start putting damage. If I put damage on Magearna. Right now I hit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What? 36, 91, 21, 50, 160. So I can actually knock out with Zoroark if he puts out another Pokemon. I could try to devolve. I'm just going to put damage on Beldum. That seems fine to me. Because he has a hard time knocking us out, we're in a good position. Eventually we can get Acerola. We can even Lele for Acerola if we really need to. Which I won't do right away. I think I'm just going to stick to retreating. And once it gets to like a point in the game where I feel like it's necessary, I will Lele for Acerola. But this is my last Ultra Ball, so I want to avoid playing it if I can. I'm going to keep that one in the bench. I'm going to try to knock out these. Or just start putting spread damage on these, I should say. Because these are all... Oh, never mind. Because these are all Metangs, I have to make sure they all have 90 damage on them before I can devolve them and knock them out. Which is going to be a little bit more difficult than usual. But if I get a Guzma here, I do knock him out with Umbreon, which is really handy. I'm going to try to just trade for the Umbreon. Or trade for the Guzma, because we do play 4 of count in the deck. But if not, I'm going to play N, because I don't want him getting those Metagrosses out yet. He does have Necrozma, which he does realize he needs to play in order to get knockouts. But he needs to have 4 energies attached to them if he wants a chance to knock me out. I'm going to trade here. I will drop a Eevee. Draw 2. No Guzmas. Field Blowers aren't that useful right now. I guess I can just get Guzma and get a knockout now. He'll have 2 Metagrosses. Is that a big deal? I don't feel like it's a big deal yet. I can attach here. Attach there. Play you down. Because it actually screws him up if he attaches Psychic Energies from the discard pile. Because that messes up how many energies he keeps in the discard pile as well. And I think I will play Guzma. I don't like losing this Stretcher. I don't want to lose the Stretcher. I don't want to lose Mallow. I don't want to lose my energies. I'm just going to lose the Field Blower. 180 is still not enough to knock out anything but my Lele. I want to keep the Mallows because Mallows are super clutch. Lele Guzma, I guess. It's a little bit awkward because it gives him another Lele, which I don't want to do because that gives him extra prizes, but it's better than nothing. He has to keep one of these things as a Metang, I think, in order to knock out this. Because now I can just keep having that in the active. Let me get Guzma here. Take prizes as I can. I could get a Zoroark knockout, but I'd rather get an Umbreon knockout because I can Shadow Bullet and do spread damage. Maybe we can Guzma out the one with energies. And because I have so many Guzmas in the deck and in the prizes, I will be able to just Guzma this at some point for a very nice game. But for now, we're going to do this. And I could take an extra prize here, but we're already playing the game. So let's just go and put the damage there. We're going to try to force max potion plays as much as possible. There's a Choice Band. That's pretty nice. We can do 110. It's not a 2-hit KO, but on Zoroark, it is a 2-hit KO because we hit 150 since we have a full bench now. And this will get knocked out if he chooses to keep this active. He might just attack me with Magearna, but then I'm just going to rush in and get a knockout with Zoroark. And I don't mind if Zoroark goes down as long as it's for like a good trade. There's a Necrozma. That definitely has to go down as soon as I can. So I'm going to try to put some Shadow Bullet damage on Necrozma. Because the cool thing about that is that it does 30 damage, which puts it in range of Zoroark with a Choice Band with a full bench, which is really nice. What's he going to do here? Is he going to GX? He might just GX. He might hit me for 100. We'll see what he does here. If he GXs, he damages all these Pokemon, which is going to be awkward. So I'm going to have to try to Acerola as soon as I can. But if he doesn't GX, we're fine. I do want to put down another Zoroark. It's unfortunate that I had to put down 2 Leles this game, but it's fine. Ace rolls are going to come in super clutch this game. Super clutch this game. Alright, so I can get a knockout with this, right? Because I hit 160. No, I don't. I don't hit 160 because he doesn't have a bench down. 30, 60, 90, 120, 130, I do hit 160, but I don't hit the numbers I want to actually hit. So what I'm going to do is, I want to play Acerola. I want to try to draw the Acerola over anything else. I think what I'm going to have to do is strafe into this. I'll attach here. I think I'll hold off on the choice. As much as I like the choice band, I think I have to hold off on it. Let's trade first. Because we're not in need of a Mallow right now. We're not in need of an Acerola right now. And I might want to play Mallow this turn. Do I want to do that? We'll see if we get lucky first. How about that? Because I can Mallow to get whatever 2 cards I want so I can top deck something later. Okay, we keep getting DCs, which is usually a good thing, but in this case, it's not the best. So I'm going to Mallow here. We'll get Acerola down. Or Acerola on the top deck. And we'll get both Acerolas, because they're actually going to be super nice right away. Just to have. Yeah, we'll put both Acerolas on the top deck, because I don't really need to draw too much since we still have trade over here. As long as he doesn't knock out trade. Knocking out trade could be annoying. I have to be careful to make sure he doesn't do that. But yeah, I think we're just good to strafe. We'll strafe into Hoopa. And he has to play Guzma now. Now this is in range of this as well. Some Guzmas on my own would be nice. We already have 2 gone, so we have 2 more left. We have all 4 of our DCEs already, which usually is cool, but like in this case, it's not the best. If he knocks this out, we do have Rescue Stretcher to get Zo. He's gonna knock this out. That's fine actually, because we can get knockouts fairly easily. That's actually not a big deal. I'd rather him knock out the Umbreon than anything else. Because this can 2 KO things. And this gives us a chance to put down an extra Zoroark if we can draw one. But we're going to top deck Acerola. Probably play it first. We'll see. But this will get a knockout here. If I'm not, this will get a knockout as well. We have free retreat, right? Yeah, we do. And we have, yeah, we'll get our knockout. Hopefully we get a choice man, which we can get because of Mallow. But no, we can because I have to play Acerola this turn. Okay, let's trade first. Before anything else. Okay. Acerola this. So that's another Pokemon that he's going to have difficulty knocking out. 20, 40, 60, 80. I could just start knocking out with Super Psy. I could just start doing damage with Super Psy Bolt, which could be useful. I could knock out with Tapu Lele. Then he has to manually attach. I won't be able to knock him out though because I'm only doing 80. This is my first time playing this deck, like I said earlier, guys, so I'm still thinking a lot about a lot of things. I could grab an Eevee and hit him with Strafe. Sounds pretty nice. So I could stretch her to get Eevee back and then start strafing for an extra 30 damage. Because right now I'm only hitting 30, 60, 90, 120, 130, so it's not a knockout. Let's do the strafe play. I could do extra damage with the Hoopa, but even if I were to attack him with the Hoopa, even if I were to attack him with the Hoopa, it doesn't really change anything. The math is still the same. Everything is still the same. So if I strafe, the math is still equal. So we're gonna go ahead and do that instead, and strafe in the Hoopa. We're gonna force him to play all of his Guzmas. Because right now he could knock out the Zoroark if he wants to, but our hand's pretty decent right now. We have energies to attack. We can keep chipping away. So even if he does Guzma this, we're fine. If he Guzmas this, we're still fine as well because we can just evolve. Once again, he's gonna go for the 2 prize attackers, which is pretty nice. He's not putting down that 5th Pokemon, which is really smart on my opponent's part. I'm not gonna lie. It's really annoying for us. But Zoroark can do some big damage that he can't OHKO anymore because he already uses GX. So we are probably gonna attack with Zoroark for a bit. Why is he doing this? To steal energy to attack. Did he misclick? I bet he misclicked. Well, that's unfortunate for my opponent. Because that would have been really nice for him if he got one more Guzma and knock out Lele. And this is what I mean, like, I didn't want to give him so many Guzmas. Yeah, he misclicked. I didn't want to give him so many Guzmas to, do the thing, whatever. You know what I mean. Well, he doesn't knock us out now. Which is kind of awkward, because at that situation, I want him to knock us out. This gets a knockout though, so we should be okay with that. So he switched out, which is another weird situation, because now we get a knockout with Zoroark. So this man is just like, this man is just freaking out after that misclick. But we take those. We take those out here. 100%. And there's another Zoro, which is really nice. I was hoping to put it down after you get a knockout too. There's a lot of things I was hoping for, to be honest. Okay, if I were to Mallow, what do I want with it? 30, 60, 90, 120, 130, 160 with Choice Band, correct? Alright, so what I want with this Mallow is Guzma Choice Band. So we're going to go ahead and do that. Let's see. Guzma. He already played a Field Blower as well. These are my last Guzma, my last Choice Band. Does he have more? He's already played 2. I'm going to go ahead and make the assumption that he doesn't have another one. It might be a risky assumption to make, but I'm going to make it anyways. You know what I should have done? I should have picked up a Lele, but we're fine. I'll rush in here. He could also knock this out as well. There's a couple different things that could happen here. We'll see what we can do. We'll just Mind Jack for knockout for now. So one prize attacker, he's forced to play another Guzma. There's our Zoroark break. Ooh, that would have been nice to have last turn. So even if he did knock out the Lele, I don't know. Because the only thing I would be like worried about is if he had another Guzma in hand. Do you guys think he has another? Like the chances of him having another Guzma are pretty low. So if he did knock out the Lele, I would have knocked out this, which in turn would have been a better turn for me. Honestly, he would have had those 2 prizes. I mean, he has 2 Guzmas left at most, right? And I don't know of many decks that play more than 2. So, like, I don't know. We'll see. So it's a little bit awkward because I was hoping to have like a game that I could judge well. Zora can do big damage. I don't have Kukui in this deck to get the extra damage I would want. I could strafe into Hoopa once again. Ace Roll would be nice here. I could GX Metagross's attack to get a knockout if it comes down to that part. He's probably going to retreat. I could GX right now to stop him from retreating easily, but that doesn't really change anything for anybody. So we can do this. I don't really need any more DCs. I mean, they're both in the deck. Is there a reason for me to get them? Not really. Another Dark Energy could solidify game. I have 1 in the deck, 1 here on the field. I think I'm going to go ahead and trade here. I want to set up my attack for next turn. You are useless right now. We will go ahead and strafe into this. Maybe 3 Leles are the play as well, just so I can constantly get Guzmas easier. Which is more ways to get Pokemon. Okay, so my opponent could Guzma me right now, which would be kind of... it wouldn't be the worst thing ever. So once again, I just win the game the following turn, potentially. Depends who he attacks with, actually. I need Choice Band, which is back in the deck. Okay, so a couple numbers need to change. Which, by the way, guys, if you guys don't know, most of my videos nowadays, it's like I record, I test in my recording, and then I go to at the end of the video and I make changes. And now lately I've been just making changes in the middle of the video. So I know some of you guys only watch like a one game or maybe like leave halfway through, which is fine, I understand. But if you guys were curious, usually the end of the video is the numbers that I prefer. Let's see what we can do here. Is he gonna attack with Lele? Oh, he's just retreating, right? So he can do 120, knock us out. If he retreats, we just win with this boy. So we hit 120. Still not knockout. Never mind, we don't win yet. But we do win by attaching a Dark Energy and using our GX attack to copy Metagross's attack. So we're gonna go ahead and just win here, I suppose. It's kind of risky, but can you do it?
I don't know why he's choosing to attack with Magearna.
It seems that once again, this man's been making a lot of weird plays this game. I don't know, like I wish he didn't misclick so I could see how this game would have turned out. Because in order for him to win the game, he would have had to get another Guzma, and but if I knew there was a Lele on the bench damage, I would have chose to Acerola right away instead of do the other plays I would have made. So it's like up in the air, right? I don't know what I would have done. Mainly because it's the game, and I can't really tell. We'll just Giga Hammer for game. Dope. Well, that was game one. That was game one. Let's go ahead and just play another game and see what happens, because we can make changes at the end of the video. Alright guys, we're back for another game. What are we playing against? Water. Are we playing against another Metagross deck? Is it about to be the revenge of the Metagross, bro? Okay, so one thing I am thinking of is like removing the Espeon altogether, because as cool as it is in concept, I don't think it really works out. Maybe it's just the matchup, dude. Look at this opening hand. We had a beautiful hand last game, and now we have this. It is unfortunate. We have a beautiful hand last game, and now we have this. Oh, it just gets better and better. We'll Mallow here to get, I guess, top deck Bridget next turn. No, it's prize, so we're not doing that. Well, this is really unfortunate. Bridget being prize is really bad. It's like super duper bad. And I was thinking about playing 2 of, but I gotta stick to Armor Walls. I never played 2 of Bridget's. So I think we play N, because he has Vulpix on the field. We could play N. I could grab a Pokemon, but I think we're gonna have to stick with Lele for a bit. We'll see. We'll see what happens. We do play Special Charge, so I'm gonna attach with Lele and just start attacking with Lele, to be honest, since we're in this precarious position. I think I'm okay to just attack with Lele, because I can knock out this. He's gonna end me, which is, whew, I'll take it, bro. Let's see if I can get a couple of basics I can put down. An Eevee, like even 1 or 2 Zoros would be preferred. A way to get those, because I can evolve throughout the game. Eevee's decent, but not what I wanted. Hoopa's gonna be good once again. It does force him to keep a Metang on the field, or something that can attack the Hoopa. Lele's cool as well, because I can get my... well, I can't get Bridget, but I can get a Draw Sporter. So I'm gonna play this down, and this down. I hate having to play Lele here. I don't want to attach Choice Band anything yet, because I want to attach those to Zoroarks. So I'm going to play Lele, and Lele it up to get another N here, because I don't want my opponent having what they have. Whatever they have, I don't remember. A Dark Energy could be good to evolve this, but I'd rather have a Dark Energy just to get a knockout here, because I don't want him to keep playing around with Vulpix. If I can stop the Metagrosses, that'd be nice. Hey, we got a couple Darks. We have a Dark for next turn to evolve this. And yeah, we'll just go ahead and get our knockout here. Anything else he plays, we can potentially Guzma, so that's nice. And we got an Eevee on the prize. Not what I wanted, but we'll take it. There's a... Oh, we were playing Solgaleo Metagross. Dude, people are really trying with Solgaleo Metagross. I think it's just like... I'm of the mindset of why. Like, I get that Solgaleo can get knockouts and Metagross sometimes can't. But Metagross is much more hardy. I don't know, man. I'm a fanboy of straight Metagross. I'm not a fanboy of Solgaleo. Solgaleo is cool in its own deck, like Solgaleo Rayquaza. That could be fun. I can knock this out. You can Guzma this, hit for 90. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm gonna do that play, to be honest. I don't like losing all these Dark Energies, though, I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna save the thing here. Sure. Zoras, oh Zoras, where for our Zoras? We'll just get a knockout here. I don't know if I'll cut this game out or not. Guess we'll find out, huh? We can knock out Cosma and give him becomes Cosmium just by attaching a DCE. Just leaning hard. We can knock out the Goozer. Or we can knock that out because it has 2 energies attached to it. We just have to lose a DC in the process. Or I could retreat and just, yeah, that way I don't have to attach my DC. I can manually retreat then Guzma, which I probably will do, honestly. Yeah, that sounds like a plan to me. Hey, we got a Zorua finally. Shout out to Zorua. I am not going to attach that yet since Zoruas are 1 prize attackers anyways. Would discard the 1 energy, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 because he has 2 on the bench. These shout outs to the 1. This is why Lele is a broken card, guys. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. Lele is broken as it gets. I'm gonna play down cards because now I'm in end range. I might play down cards. I guess not. It doesn't matter. That game ended. Alright. Shout outs to Lele. Shout outs to Lele for being broken. Hey guys, before we get into our next match, I think I want to make a change. I just got back. My mother called me. I was in the middle of playing a really fun Gliscod matchup. It was not going in my favor, but we didn't finish the game because he got the ability lock off, right? And we were not drawing Field Blower, even though we played 2 of them. And they want to drop Espeon altogether. I don't like it. And I think everything else seems good. I kind of want to play second Rescue Stretcher because I don't like losing all of our Pokemon all the time. What else could I do? Having the 1 of Hoopa is fine. I think I'm just gonna play another Sycamore. Honestly. We'll do this. Yeah, we'll take out the Espeon. We don't need the Espeon. We will see. I'll see if I want the thing. The Rescue Stretcher over the Sycamore. But for now we'll just play another Sycamore. So like the thing about this deck, right, is that it's cool and all, right? You got the Umbreon that can strafe into Hoopa. And Hoopa's dope. But I don't know if I actually think this deck is that useful with Umbreon, to be honest. I don't know. I'm up in the air about how I feel about it. This has been getting annoying. I don't like leading with Lele. Can we not lead with Lele when there's only 2 of, but like 3 EVs, 4 Zoruas, 1 Hoopa? Can we not lead with the Lele? Oh, we're playing against Gekkoga. So Gekkoga is going to be super threatening. But Zoroark is actually super nice early game because we get knockouts on the Pokemon with a single DCE. But, you know, it would be... Oh, there we go. Never mind. I'm about to say it's kind of important that we get the Pokemon. But looks like we got the Pokemon. I'm going to play the DC down right now because obviously you won't be able to retreat. Maybe that wasn't the best play. No, it's fine. What I'm going to do is Mallow to get Zoroark GX and a Dark Energy. So I have free retreat on my Lele. That's what I think I'm going to do. Yeah. Because that way I can attack with Zoroark. Because Zoroark is a really good attacker early game against Greninja. Because your attack knocks out the Frogadiers and the Froakies. So you can get 2 prizes early game while you set up in the back. All for a single DCE. So I'm going to get this and a Dark Energy. Hopefully he doesn't have a Field Blower, but even if he does, we just kind of manually retreat. So we're going to do this. And that gets me one more surprise card as well. And Ace Rolls are going to be super duper clutch this game. We don't need these. I'm going to go ahead and trade that away next turn. We definitely don't need these. Also, if we can get up a 1 of Zoroark Break, just a singular Zoroark Break will be so good. Because then we can Shadow Stitch as well. We can slow them down for a little bit as we set up. Oh, shoutouts to Bubble failing. I didn't actually think he'd bubble there. I don't know why I didn't think he'd bubble there, but I'm glad he failed it. Probably should have grabbed Guzma over the Dark Energy. But we are good for the time being. We do knock out the Froakie, which slows him down an extra turn. We'll end here. And Zora. Hey, we got another Zoroark. Umbreons are going to be okay. But all of Umbreon's attacks are kind of bad against Greninja. Compared to Zoroark GX's attack. Zoroark GX is just a good Pokemon. So we hit for 60 right now. All I needed was one more Pokemon to get the knockout, which is super dope. We can get another Zoroark next turn. We have 2 Zoroark GXs on the board. If we copy any of the attacks, does that help us? Not really. So I don't think I want to attach Dark Energies to Zoroark. He's going to end us, which is fine. Yeah, because we don't really need our GX attack this game. The only one I want to attach it to is Zoroark Break, and then we can keep the rest for like Umbreons and stuff like that. Although I'm still trying to figure out what I'm going to do with Umbreon this game. That's the trouble, right? This is what I mean. Like, okay, that's another game down. I've been recording for an hour. I guess I did take a couple minutes with my mother, but like, still been a bit. That's what I'm trying to figure out, right, with the Umbreon, because like this has been a suggested deck, and this is what I want to do is just kind of have a deck out there for you guys that like want to see something. And what I'm trying to figure out with the Umbreon, right, is like Umbreon is cool because you can like strafe every turn into the Hoopa in a lot of different matchups. But what people don't realize is that strafe is incredibly underpowered in our current meta. Like, there's a lot of better Pokemon, better attacks, better things in general that you can abuse. Like, you can just manually retreat, because like, what's that extra 30 damage gonna do for you? Most of the time, nothing. But we're playing against Gardy. This would be a really good time to have Towns. All right, so Shadow Bloat's good. So we can try to Shadow Bloat right now. First things first, we're gonna try to set up the EV, and I'm gonna bridge it the 3 Zorwas. So yeah, okay, good. We're gonna get 3 Zorwas out. We're gonna abuse Zoroark this game, and we're gonna abuse Shadow Bloat this game, early game that is. Because we actually, without Choice Band though, we don't knock out Curlias. So if he doesn't get out of Curlia, we're in a decent position. We'll lose Dark. We'll lose the Stadium. We have 2 more. We'll see. Lele Bridget, please don't be prized. Please do not be prized. Now would be a good time to have you. Perfect. All right. We can get the Hoopa later. Hoopa's not super essential this matchup except for blocking. We usually want to use Hoopa late game, whenever your opponent has already used up a lot of their Guzmas and stuff like that. The only issue with Hoopa against Gardy is that they can GX and put all their Guzmas back in the deck. But 3 of these, we can abuse our GX ability and our stand-in, and we can actually use Foul Play to get knockouts of our own, which is really nice. So I'm going to try to pull that off at some point this game. But for the time being, we'll just pass. Whatever we top deck, we can trade. No, we can't trade. Well, wait a minute. How am I going to do this, actually? I can't Ultra Ball for Zoroark next turn. Never mind. We're not doing that. Because I have to attach a DC so I can knock out a Ralts now. Because of their resistance, we don't actually get a turn 1 knockout. We don't get knockouts on Curlias. We only get knockouts on the Ralts. We have to damage the bench Ralts so that we can keep getting knockouts early game, assuming they don't get Rare Candy. They're going to Ultra Ball, Lele Bridget, all that good jazz. If he's playing the Diancie build, we're kind of done. Like, Diancie is, like, in my opinion, the best build. I know a lot of people are, like, raving over the Sylveon build right now because it did well in tournament. But, like, I still think Diancie is the best build because Diancie heals the damage. Because, like, here's the thing, right? The way to beat Guardy and the way people are approaching beating Guardy right now is spread damage. They want to play Po-Town, they want to play Tapu Koko, they want to devolve. Diancie, on top of being able to evolve directly to your deck to set up your field faster and easier, it also has a second attack that heals all Pokemon that are Fairy type. Oh, Guzma would be amazing. Do I want to get the Guzma? Nah. Nah. Yeah, we don't need it. We'll stick more here. We whiffed all Zoroarks. That's sad. 110. No, 120. We'll keep him with 50 HP left. We actually whiffed every Zoroark. Whatever. So luckily there's no ability lock. Let's see if he has a Guardy. Turn 1 Guardy could be really, or turn 2 Guardy could be incredibly scary. Well, I'm just going to put the small damage onto the bench Pokemon. This I can knock out one hit. He plays Zoroark as well. Why would you play Zoroark and Remoraid? What is this field? Just take out the Remoraids, bro. Trust me, you don't need them. Trust. Play you. DC on you. Do I want to... I'd rather have Hoopa, to be honest. We're going to lose a Mallow here. It's unfortunate, but we'll survive. Well, I got 2 Zoroarks. Ooh, I should evolve that into the other one, to be honest. Oh, we'll be okay. We just need the 1-of. We don't need to evolve the other one. We'll put these in range. Oh, I should have knocked out a Ralts. It's fine. We'll be okay. Should have knocked out a Ralts though. It's a Stretcher and another Umbreon. I could stretch if I top deck a Dark. I could trade for the Dark, but if I can like get a Dark, I can Guzma. I can knock out both Ralts right now. If he evolves one of them to Kirlia, I can knock out the Kirlia and the Ralts. I don't know if he was just like, I don't know why he wants the other artillery. Like if you're playing those GXs, I'm assuming he's playing the GXs, right? If he's playing the GXs will be fine. You don't need all that draw support. I've been actually considering playing Lillian a lot more in my decks lately, just because drawing has been kind of rough. He's gonna parallel me so we can lose you. Okay. 30, 60, 90, 90, it's 100. I don't want to lose Zorua. I think I'd rather lose Hoopa. I guess I'm going to stretch and get this back. Alright, cool. So you can knock this out. Stand in, knock this out. Oh, no, never mind. No, I can't knock this out either. Unless he's evolving one of these to Zoroarks. No, he's evolving this Octillery. Okay, that's better. That's good for me. Yeah, Guzma this. Knock it out. Attack this. Use Shadow Ball to knock that out as well. Please do not draw a way to get another Kirlia or a Guardy down. I'll take it. I will take the easy double knockout. We'll Field Blower. I don't want this. I want to get my Hoopa back down. Actually, yeah, I'm going to get nothing. No, we'll get the Hoopa back down. I'm going to get rid of the Zoroark in my hand. There's another Zoroark. That's what I was looking for, so I'm glad that worked out. I kind of want to put this down, but I can put it down the second I get a Dark Energy. I'm going to rush in here. That's the Kirlia, right? Yeah, that's the Kirlia. Just want to make sure I'm not misclicking. Alright. So we can go ahead and get 2 knockouts. Shadow Bullet into this. And this is the only reason why I like the Umbreon, right? Because like people were telling me you got to play Umbreon so you can strafe in the Hoopa, and I don't really agree with that. I think Shadow Bullet's super good. Shadow Bullet's such a strong attack in this meta where there's a lot of Pokemon that you have to like evolve, you know, from low HP Pokemon. So and since stage 2 decks have a thing of clunking here and there, you can abuse that. Like right now I can knock this out, damage this, knock this out, damage that for game. Actually I could just take 2 knockouts and win the game that way as well. He's gonna end me down to 2, but now I have 2 Zoroarks on the bench, which means I get 4 cards off of this. If I get another Guzma, that'd be ideal. See what we can do. So I can knock this out and then damage a Zorua. Do you get the idea? Like that Shadow Ball is broken. Look at that Hyper Zoroark. By the way, guys, on my monthly giveaway, on my monthly donation giveaway thingy, if you guys don't know, on my streams, I don't. Anybody that donates gets a entry. I'm giving away Hyper Zoroark's Secret Choice Bands off of the base, and if we get $300 of donations, we'll also be giving out Lele, Hyper Rare Lele, and like another couple other full arts for every $100 or something like that. So it's pretty dope. We actually have 2 Hyper Zoroarks giveaway. I'm super excited. This month is gonna be a good month. This man is just drawn. He's just like, you know what? We out here right now. He has potentially 2 Zoroark GXs. He can get 2 Remraids. He's like, I don't even care. I'm just gonna draw until I win somehow. Who cares? So like, I don't know if you guys know this, but for a long time I was on my Oranguru grind, right? And you guys know that like most of my decks, including my current whatever it's called is Gardevoir deck is plays Oranguru over Octillery. My main reason is because Octillery is such a hassle early game. It's you're like, you have to set up the Octillery. Your opponent can get rid of the Remraid, and it gives you a lot of early game clunk. This man is like experiencing exactly what I mean, but like double that, because he's also playing the he's also playing a 2-0 Zoroark line. So that's wild. That is wild. My opponent is going insane. All right, so this is the list. This is the list. I don't know if I prefer this over my other Zoroark list. My other Zoroark list has things like Potown, Espeon, Tapu Koko, and instead of these. If you guys haven't seen it yet, it's my spread damage list. Look at the end of the video because I took out a lot of cards and played some other ones. I really like my other Zoroark list, but this Umbreon list, I really like it only because of Shadow Bullet. Shadow Bullet's a really cool attack in this meta where you have things like Beldum and Ralts and stuff like that you can snipe, and then you can Shadow Bullet, get knockouts that way as well. There's a couple different plays you can make, but this is the final list for me as far as I'm concerned. Let me know if you guys like the list. Comment down below if there's anything you guys want to see me play. Once again, I am taking suggestions on the decks that you guys want to see me play. I have to do homework today, so I got to make sure to do that. It's already really late in the day, so I got to make sure I dedicate some time to doing homework. Drop a like if you haven't already. Once again, if you guys can make this video get to 35 likes, I will get you tomorrow with another upload. But, I mean, support, bro. Support the man. Drop a like, subscribe, share, all the good jazz, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.